Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. This right here is going to be a little hard for me to talk about. It's difficult because I have to break a promise, and it's not really a big promise, but this is something that I told you before in the past. I do my best not to contradict myself, and if it happens, it's by accident because usually it's by the flow of conversation. All right. Yeah, there's been times where there's a thing that I made called beta languages. And in beta languages, there are words that a masculine male should never say, like I feel or I believe in hope and this sort of thing. And there was some audios that I went back on to review it, and I can hear myself saying at least once or twice and no more than that. But I'm very hard on myself. I'm very difficult on myself where I judge myself when I step out of line. And because it's my truest personality, it's what I think about and it's what I know about myself. But when I also listen to it, I realize how I'm using the word. It's not based on. So, herein, the reason why this bothers me so much is because I don't stand by the biblical text. I don't stand by the chapters. I don't stand by, nor do I, here's your word, believe in, nor am I faithful with the so called gossip that was spoon fed to me or copied by the programmed indoctrination BS. But there's something I have to use in this for our sake of this lesson today. I never thought that I would ever need to quote anything out of the biblical text, but I have to use it in this measure as a tool not to draw you to the Christian faith, not to draw you to the Christianity, not to say that the Bible is legitimate and it's accurate in whatever that it talks about, or shall I say spews in its so-called dogma. But in this, we are referring to the word love. That's right. Because I am very thoroughly aggressive to getting to a certain point of us understanding that we are woefully deceived by our perception, by our ideas, and by our bitterness according to the times that we live in. See, when I have a conversation with men and women, there's a thing called respect and there's a thing called money. See, men on the often, when you ask them whoever the man is, what type of guy he is, usually they will say in a relationship they want respect, which is again, it's understandable. We can all agree with that. It makes sense. But then you talk about the average woman or American woman, the average, I didn't say all, just the majority of them. When they look for a relationship, when they look for a husband, when they're looking for any sort of companionship, they're looking for this thing called money. And they're looking for financial stability. Now, the issue that we're having today in the modern world is the pendulum is going too far to the left or too far to the right. Nature and life is based on balance. It's not based on imbalance. If y'all don't understand this, something's wrong with your thinking. And this is what I mean. The way that I'm speaking today isn't evident in your environment. We are in an unbalanced time. We are at a time where we are confused. We are at a time where we don't know that left is left, right is right. We want to say right is left and left is right. Based on the way we carry our family, based on the way we carry ourselves, based on the way we live and we function, and we don't even know how to collaborate or cooperate with each other. There's a reason behind it, because there is people in the middle who want to take an interpretation of a certain energy or feeling or idea like love, and you can add in it money, you can add in it respect, you can add in it camaraderie, you can add in it companionship, and the list goes on. It can just continue. That'll be continued. That will be a totally different lesson here in the Academy of Wildman that I'm not going to go over. But the main things in the middle are being torn apart from each other, because you have men saying, I just want her to respect me. You got women saying, well, I just want the money. Go kick rocks, because that's what it bears down to. It doesn't matter what she say. And this is what I mean. She makes excuses. She puts a fluff ball into the conversation, talking about, well, I want him to be a gentleman. I want him to be kind. I want him to be forthright. I want him to be a protector. I want him to be financially stable and successful. But the real factor in reality, are in our experience that we have seen statistically, is that that's not what they generally go for, because there's been plenty of guys who can provide that for women, but they may not have the money that these women want. They may not make that that good bundle or bushel of cash that women seek after, because they go above and beyond. What that means is this: in the middle, or you can say the balance of it is, yes, you're going to need money to function in your life. You're going to need a bit of finances to succeed, or to bear a child, or to take care of yourself, or to overlook the future financial responsibilities. That's just the common sense. But we're in, okay, the common modern girl have gone above and beyond the ring of modesty, where enough is never enough. She has to have more. She don't want this guy to have that the 40,000 or 50,000 a year, or even some cases 70,000 a year. She wants this guy to make at least 600,000 and up and continuing. Okay, she's more interested in what he's bringing to the table than what she wants to provide for him, or what she wants to put on the table. So therefore, evident in your social media, oftentimes in movies, oftentimes in your very own environments, are the mothers of these new girls that have spurned from some type of planet that made touchdown here on planet Earth, okay, is exposing themselves to tell you specifically what they want from you, by how they are fleecing, how they are taking, how they are manipulating even valuable, rich, famous, and popular men who do have that type of status and money. Because when she walks away with exactly what she wanted: his money. All right. So therefore, it's an unbalanced. Now, bear with me here, because this isn't a discussion about men who are getting fleeced. This is just part of the red pill. This is part of the discussion with love, because I got to do surgery with this. I have to go in depth with this. So if you don't have the patience, too bad. This is going to be for the selected few. In addition, I must tell you this. On our channel, it isn't for everyone. It is exactly almost like the movie that you watched. It's exactly what I say I am. I am exactly what I say. When I'm saying I'm Morpheus, it is as real as you can imagine it to be. In the movie, there was, okay, how about this? The few people who was broken away from the Matrix, all right, they looked up, and when they looked up, or when Neo looked up, what did he see? Now, y'all answer that question. What did he see? He saw thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people still connected to the Matrix in their baby-like fetus form. So what I am telling you is, this information isn't for everyone. Everybody isn't going to get it. Everyone isn't going to say, well, I'm going to give you a thumbs up. I really like this. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to support, because it's not for everyone. Everyone isn't going to agree with Morpheus. I don't want them to. I don't need them to. I only need those who are serious about life. I need those who are unique, those who are broke already. They're already pre-broken, pre-disconnected from the Matrix, because they started asking questions. The moment you ask a question, the professor will appear. The moment you ask a question, the universe will give you the answers. It's just we're too ignorant and we don't want to listen. So if you don't have the patience, feel free to exit and leave. Feel free to, how about this? I'm going to be raw with you. Feel free, okay, to walk away because I don't need you here. This is not for you anyway. This is for those who has patience. This is not for the spoon-fed. I don't have no patience. I'm incompetent. I have no self-discipline, and I don't care about figuring out what's going on in the day-to-day basis or the common individual today. Okay, this is for those who are interested in scaling above that and advancing their mind to be more than this common rabble that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. So I'm just going to help go ahead and lay that out for you so you can make a decision. Take the red pill, okay, and you'll be fine. Take the blue pill or just go away. Go away. We don't need you anyway. You are the problem of the society. Now, I know some people say, oh, that's just hate speech. Morph, you should be talking. It's like telling people that they're dummies. Well, and generally, look at the world today. Don't come complaining to me. Don't talk about how harsh and aggressive I am as a masculine male. Don't tell me about what my deliverance is or how I'm delivering my red pill. Just open up your funny looking eyes and pay attention to the world. Keep your ear to the ground and you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just brought to you real uncut. You just don't know how to accept it. On the other end of the pendulum, you got this man as well who only talks about respect and that love is insignificant. Oh, I got to go deep into this. I'm the type of guy where I don't cut corners. I'm the type of guy who will make a friend angry. I'm the type of dude where when you hang around with me, if we're out and about somewhere and there's something that needs to be said, I will stop right there and tell you exactly what it is and not sugarcoat it. And in this interaction, the ideal is, here, this is what I get all the time. Oh, Morpheus, you're in your own world. Morpheus, you don't know what you're talking about. In the major defense, the biggest defense that I get from around the world, that is, the biggest defense when I'm debating or having a conversation with somebody, this is what they'll say. Well, it may work out just for you, but it's not going to work out for everyone. And that's just your perception, Morpheus. It's not my perception. Usually when I get this, as hardcore as I am, usually it ends up with me just looking at them in the face and walking away mid-stride in the middle of the conversation. And they're still standing like, what did I say wrong? Well, what did I say wrong? I thought we was talking. What did I say wrong? This is another reason why I would never go to an interview, because you would never see, you may see, I'm not saying that I'm unique. I'm not saying that I'm one of a kind. I know that I don't get along with stupid. I know I don't play that game. I don't suffer fools. And I will tell you to your face exactly what you are. That's just who I am. And whether you accept it or not, that's your problem. So the reason why I'm bringing this to you, the reason why I said that is because there is a lot of men, because 70 to 80%, I'm pretty much guessing here, because I know I hear this all the time. So I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of people who think this way. Men, that is. That they will say, well, I just want respect from her. But love is just we call that a fantasy, or it's just an imagination, or it's just an emotion, or, it comes with its conditions, or, well, I'd rather her to respect me than to love me. When I hear that conversation, I put a smile on my face because it lets me know how distinguished boys are from men. Now, this ain't to step on anybody's toes. I told you I'm gonna be direct with you, and I really don't want to go in, but I have no choice to give you an understanding. Okay. For the first thing comes to my mind is unbalanced and coward. What does that mean? What is the woman doing as well? What do females do as well? Wait. Oh, man. Oh, y'all don't like me now. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear it now. I can see the comments now. Oh, y'all ready for this? I am too. I told you, if I light the fire, I'm ready. I don't poke the bear for no reason. No. Listen carefully. What are women doing that men are doing, talking about, well, I just want respect and I want her to honor that and just be there. But she'll do the same thing. What is she doing in return? Well, I just want his money. I just want what he has. I just want his success. I want him to carry or have the ability to be financially stable. She's doing no different than you. You're doing no different than her, but yet you call yourself a man. She calls herself a woman. But both of y'all dodo birds are lost in unbalance. Thus, you have the environment that you're in today. Thus, you have the dating arena, which is a childish sandbox syndrome of ungrown, immature children today. Thus, we screw the word called love and act like it is insignificant. One of these days, I'm gonna come up with I got several clothing lines, but I'm gonna make another one. I'm gonna make a hat, and on my hat, I'm gonna have several hats. One is gonna be for the dodo bird. Another one's gonna be for the sloth. Another one's gonna be for my three girls here, which is I Love Lucy, the Karen, and the Bewitch. And another one's gonna be Ralph the dog, and the new one is gonna be Dummy. You know, and for some of you, if you call yourself, let me stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Okay, and if I hear, let me stop. I'm not even gonna go further than that. Just know that I can just go ahead and mail it to you and let you have that dumb hat, so that way you can wear it around, let people see exactly what you are, so that way they don't have to struggle trying to distinguish you from other men. They can actually see, okay, that's the dummy. Let's avoid this person. Okay, you never, ever, ever say it's going to be one-sided. Yes, you may prefer just respect. Respect is important. Yes, you can say it's number one, of course, right? But there's a plethora of requirements in that relationship. Now let's go forward. Something that we forgot, and I'm gonna throw it at you. This is why I talked about the biblical text, and this is why I don't want to talk about it, but it makes a lot of sense. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's just something to bring light to this conversation. In Revelations of the King James Version of your Christian Bible, it stated specifically, now I can't say word for word. Okay, I don't know what the passage is. I really don't know what the chapter is, but I know it's in Revelations because I really don't care about that book. It's mostly fire kindling for my fireplace. Trust me, if you go to my house, you will see pieces still in my fireplace, ashes actually on the corner. And I can let you know exactly where it came from. Okay, in the corners of the Bible, is used for cup holders, all right, or for what do you call that, saucers on my dinner table or diner table, to let me know how much I have evolved past the indoctrination. Some of y'all don't like it, but I'm real like that. But here it is. They said in the last days, hearts will go cold. It will be son against father, daughter against mother. The people will lose trust in the government. There will be rumors of wars and rumors of war. That's what's happening today. That's what's going on now. But let's take that to the modern facts of what we can see in our everyday. There's one thing that stands out of all of this, and here it is: hearts will wax cold. What does that mean when they say that? What do they mean by hearts will wax cold? What makes a heart wax cold? Oh, I get it. Oh, wait a minute, Morpheus. Wait. Morpheus is a dummy. Wait a minute. Okay, so Morpheus don't know what he's talking about. So check this out. Okay, so I'm the dummy here because I didn't know that. I was just saying that a few minutes ago, that women are like, well, I don't want to be with him. I just want to be with his money. And men are like, well, I just want the respect from a woman. Just give me the respect above everything. I'd rather choose respect than love. Okay, Mr. Waxed Heart. Okay, let's go deeper than this, because I don't want to make you feel bad, even though you're in your feelings, because you're not in your logic. Because me, if you ask me a question, okay, Morpheus, what do you want from a woman? I want everything. You know what comes with everything? Something that you have all forgotten that I stand by, and I always will. Okay. Let me go ahead and slow it, because I need you to understand something. Let me go ahead and break it down in a different language. And I don't want you to, I'm gonna try not to throw a lot of energy out here to you, because I can really go all over the place. All right. You know I do. When I was younger, When I was younger, there were love given to me in the form of protection, in the form of kindness, in the form of sacrifice. First of all, let's talk about what love is before I start talking about what I've experienced. All right, yeah, I'm shifting again. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is long suffering. Love sacrifices. But let me say it again. Love sacrifices. Wait a minute. Let me slow that down. Love, for you dummies, sacrifices. What does that mean? We don't even know what that means anymore. What does it mean? Love is not just a feeling. It is an energy, and that energy pushes you into action. If you think I am lying to you, actually, I'm not lying. If you think I'm as dumb as you are, okay, why do you feel the way you do when you're in a broken relationship? Why do you feel the way you do when you've been with somebody for 12 years and you found out that they've been sleeping with your brother or your father or your sister? How do you feel when you find out that you've been lied to this whole time and you put your heart, your soul, your money, your time, and your freedoms into this one person, and they automatically told you, well, they didn't automatically, but they told you over a series of events, how about this, that you don't mean a pile of shit. Okay, that's exactly how you're going to feel when you walk away. That's exactly what's going to be on your mind when you think about this person who you've been in love with for 5 years, 6 years, 9 years. Someone else is smashing them. Someone else is dating who you was dating. Someone else is putting them in a German Shepherd position that you used to put them in. Okay, because you loved them. Love is more than just an emotion. It's an energy that we ignore because we're ignorant. Yeah, I said it. We're ignorant. Want me to say it again? We're ignorant. Jump. I got a fly swatter. I said it. We're ignorant. No, you, not me. Because I know what it is. Love is something that comes compatible with just about everything. Now, yes, it's a condition. That's one thing that we can agree on. This so-called thing called love is unconditional. Well, there is some condition behind it, but at the same time, you got to remember where you are. This is what I always teach you and show you. When you're on the map, when you're lost somewhere on the map, okay, in order for you to know where you are, you got to figure out where you are on the map. You go to the zoo or you go to a theme park or something like that. There's maps every damn where. Maps everywhere. So if you talk about, oh, you're lost and your GPS signal isn't working, you got a map on a billboard to show you. It says, what does it say? Ladies and gentlemen, what does it say? Come on, nerds. I'm a PhD. Take your PhD and tell me what it is. It tells you you are here with an arrow. It's a red arrow or it's a black arrow, or sometimes in some places they put a animated hand there to point to where you are standing. You got me? You are standing in the 2020s, in the modern day, where things have been amalgamated, mutated, manipulated, and it's a different mindset than what it used to be in the 1950s or the 1940s. If you did what you are doing now in the 1950s and 1940s, you would not survive. Okay? You will probably be tarred and feathered. You will be shamed in the middle of the street, or for some of you, you'll be dangling upside down by your crusty toes, and you know you will. Because in those days, people didn't tolerate your BS. In those days, if you said the dumb crap that you talk about today, the whole town will look at you like you stupid, and they will be 120% correct that you are. Because of how mindless we are today. You'd be like, oh man, Morpheus, you hard. Well, I'm your big brother. I'm your friend. I'm your professor. And I'm going to talk to you like I am. A best friend would tell you the truth, and I am your best friend. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I do this because I'm concerned, and I do this because I care about you. So I'm not going to pity patty around the subject because nobody else is going to tell you. Everybody else is scared to talk to you this way. Everybody else is, man, you can't talk like that, man. This is YouTube, man. You can't, no, man, you know, they're going to try to, man, you know, people ain't going, that's the reason why you're in the conditions that y'all in today, because y'all all walking around scared of yourself. I'm going to be myself in the morning and at night. 24 hours a day, I enjoy who I am. I'm going to speak as I am, and I'm going to deliver it as it need to be delivered. Don't like it? You got plenty of options somewhere else. I told you, we don't need you here. You're a soft hat weakness anyway. I need soldiers here. The problem is we manipulate what is to fit our conditions. Just like we manipulate the idea of God to fit into our life. Do you understand there's like 9 or 10 or more different religions that have bent the idea of some type of God or deity in their own idea because they want to be comfortable in their own personal sins? Oh, man. Oh, man. Morpheus. Oh, here we go. Dude, what do you be drinking before you come on? Oh, man. What are you on? No, I'm serious. Just about everything that you do or you see, somewhat you have, because, okay, the thing is about humans. Here we go again on the map. You are here. Humans have a tendency to survive, and that's fine. But during your survival, in order to survive, sometimes you have to manipulate the situation. Sometimes you have to bend your very material mind in order to survive to see the next day, or to lie to yourself, or to deceive yourself and others in order to see the next day. This has been going on for years. So whatever information you got today was different than what it was in the past, because the information would change the infrastructure of your world and society. If the knowledge was given to the 1950s that we have today, it wouldn't be the 1950s. 1950s will be different. Versus if we did not have the knowledge or did not evolve in only technology, because we don't evolve our humanities, obviously we're still children. Okay, we'll still be sort of retarded. We'll still be held back. We will still may have some, very manualistic labors and probably a simple life like it was in the 1950s, 1940. Okay, but it's just the knowledge that we had or did not have or wasn't privy to. But unfortunately, a lot of the knowledge, in order to build up a fellowship, in order to build up a corporation, jobs and other things to make people think they need it, because it's called being a salesman or a sales pitch, advertising. You got to manipulate the truth. You got to manipulate what a thing is. All right. Now, when I say again, you are here, meaning focus on where you are versus the way that the world used to be. In a relationship, there are components to it that need it to function properly. Like I always refer a lot of my acknowledgement to automobiles. Okay, you need fuel. Are you going to need gasoline? You're going to need your spark plugs. You're going to need air and fuel mixture with your spark plugs. You're going to need oil to keep the engine lubricated in the metal parts. You're going to need the suspension. You're going to need the wheels. You're going to need the sheet metal to protect you and the body. You're going to need that. You're going to need the frame and the windows. You need all these things to continue down the road. Now, you notice I didn't talk about a radio. Uh-oh. Did I say a radio? I didn't say radio, did I? I didn't say a radio. I did not say a radio. I didn't say GPS. I did not say start-stop system. I did not say navigation. I didn't say heads-up display. Oh, yeah, I'm going in on it. I didn't say techometer. What do you call that? The infotainment center for people who need to be entertained because they're grown children. A driving laptop. Y'all are joking in half. See, y'all don't like me now. Oh, man, here we go. Y'all really want to fart in my face now. Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you like it is. Yeah, because you want to be entertained. I don't have a car like that. Not interested in it. I wish you would. I wish you would. No. I said the bare bones of this vehicle to get to one destination to the next. Rear view mirrors, not a backup camera, because some of you don't know how to turn your head. Let me stop. I'm going to stop. I got to really stop because some of y'all really offended because y'all children. See, oh my goodness. Oh, wow. No, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you just how funny and silly the situation is. I'm going to tell you how about this? Let me put a mirror in your face and show you just how lazy it is and stupid it is at the same time. Okay? You have 3 rear view mirrors. Some of them big enough to look out of, depending on what type of ignorant car you in. I'm not even going to go there what car I'm talking about with the short windows. where you can barely see on the side. Y'all buy it because let me stop. Anyhow, this is the thing. Very simple. All you need to do is turn your eyeballs. That's it. Your eyeballs over to the rearview mirror or up to the rear facing mirror that's on your dashboard to see what's behind you when you're moving forward. That's all you need to do. And of course, yeah, you have to turn your head if you're going to use your turn signal. I'm not going to get into all that because I can be a very safety freak if I want it to be. This is getting very simple here. But yet you have the backup cameras. You got side sensing cameras. You got all these funny looking things. Now I understand that there are conditions where you need it according to accidents, or you need some type of proof, or you need to be aware about certain things. But y'all go above and beyond. Y'all do the unnecessary. Y'all do too much where you leave your own human senses and your own human superiority behind because you want to depend on cameras to be your super senses. That's why a lot of you aren't. That's why a lot of you aren't about instincts. You're living without instinct. You're living like the computers that you make. And then you make an excuse behind it. Well, it's good because it's supposed to, we have to have it because if I didn't have it, then any old damn excuse to make yourself a transhuman. You don't know. I keep telling you, don't you know poison comes to you with a person saying, you got to have this. Let me prove to you why you got to have this, because this happened to that person. It may happen to you. It's that scarcity. The same, it's sales, buy, and the fear dogma is good for the market for dog available people who are called Ralph, who's maneuverable because they live in fear circles. The first thing y'all be like, well, it did happen to that person, so I better get the same device too, because I don't want it to happen to me. The chances of it happening to you is usually sometimes it's a lightning strike. You got 50 billion people on a surface. The chances of you, and then you buy the device, you never even use it. And you still using the basic rear view. Just dumb. Let me stop right there. Anyhow, let me go back to the services of this programming here, of this truth and this lesson. Now, it also said men will be lovers of themselves. What does that mean? What does that mean when they were talking about men? They weren't talking about the male version of man. No, they were talking about mankind will be lovers of themselves. You got to remember in the past, when they start writing this thing, it was a lot of I would say man establishment sort of dialogue coming into play in some of the scriptures and some of the writings. That's why I don't stand by it. But anyhow, it was always this sort of patriarchal idea, but they had good reasons, but it made a lot of sense. But it still applies to the women as well, because they're still man, womb, man, mankind, human. Man will be lovers of themselves. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because aren't you witnessing that today? See, the reason is, and this is going to hurt. Y'all lost the ingredients of loving someone else because you're too busy loving yourself. You're too stuck on you. You don't know what sacrifice is because you love yourself before you love someone else. Now, here's a trick. You can love yourself, but you love yourself too much. Now, I made an audio, yes, on you loving yourself. No, that's in moderation. That's taking care of yourself. That's going to the gym. That's eating right. That's preparing yourself for a brighter future. That's looking out for what can hurt you and who can manipulate you. I did not say that you need to be a narcissist. I didn't say you need to be stuck on yourself. I did not say that you was the only person on the face of human earth. I did not say that. Y'all act like that. That's what y'all do. It's not what y'all say. You do it in your everyday life to the point where you can't love nobody. You can't love no one else because you're too stuck on yourself. You too stuck on your money. You're too stuck on your freedom. You say, okay, where's your evidence with this, Morpheus? Because you talk a lot of stuff. What's your evidence with this? First of all, before I tell you, I'm going to give you a dummy hat because you ain't paying attention to your environment. You're not paying attention to your environment because there's a thing called feminism. There's a thing called bigotry. There's a thing called stuck on yourself. There's a thing called bougie. There's a thing called I'm not concerned about anybody else but my own castle and my own island sort of mentality. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the bag. And that's all that matters. There's nothing going on but the rent over here. That's what we have here in the westernized world, in America, in full throttle, because you lost what love is. Now, I can go even further and talk about what Jesse Peterson said a while ago. He said this. He said, I don't want to quote him wrong, but he's specifically, in my words, he said the problem with America is that it has lost its Christianity. Basically, it has lost its love of God. It has lost track on the faith that it was founded on. All right. But that's not generally it, because it's not religion that brings people together. It's not about your superstition, which is nothing but religion. It's not your superstition, which is nothing but religion. It's not your religion, which is superstition. Yeah, I said it. It's superstitious. That's not what it is. It's because you never had love in you to begin with. Oh, man, that was it. I got to take a drink on this one. See, love don't fade. People do. Love don't come up with these conditions. People do. Love is so much of a possible energy that can be manipulated and misunderstood in so many ways by people who are taught in so many ways, by people who allow themselves to be manipulated in so many ways, by people who are raised up by a mother who said you don't need a man in so many ways. Yeah, I said it. By people who think, oh, I need to just go ahead and take care of myself and just get my bag and not be concerned about anything else in so many ways. Yeah, you're going to forget about what it is. Now, I'm not going to try to make a comparison here about the male and the female when it comes to this love dynamic thing, because I know men know how to love. I know they do. But over time, we have realized that we have been manipulated by that thing called love, because of the thing called love bombing. Here it is. When an enemy wants to get at you, I'm going to keep reminding you and telling you over and over again, they're not going to come to you and tell you that they're the enemy and they're going to stab you in front of you. They're going to tell you, I am your friend and I love you and I would never do that to you. I am so kind. I'm 42 years old and I'm a virgin. Take me as I am and my 4 kids. Yeah, imagine that. But she just said she's a virgin. I'm worth it. Are you a millionaire? Are you a billionaire? Are you high quality, high value, man? I'm worth it. But then when you don't know anything about yourself because you don't have a modest length of love, what do? You get with this and slowly you become poisoned, because the whole idea wasn't to be there for you. The whole idea, because she needed you for a retirement plan. She needed you for a backup plan. She needed you because the whole time in her entire life, she was ignoring the men who really did have love for her, because she just wanted the money, not the love that he had to offer. He'd say, baby, I ain't making that much per year. I'm just a dump truck driver and I just had this little bitty apartment over here on the other side of town, baby. Like, let's just make it happen. I care about you. Let me take you out to eat. She's looking at him like, you dusty. No, I don't think so. Or you know what they'll do? I'm going to tell you what some girls do. Yeah, I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to tell it. Oh, yeah, Morpheus is going in on this today. I'm diving in on. I'm going to tell you what they do. No. Most women aren't going to immediately put them down. I'm going to tell you what she'll do to you, man. I'm going to tell you right now. You know what she'll do? She'll go out with you for a little while. Yes, she will. She'll call you up every now and then. She'll play with you for a little bit. Again, it's like the shark playing with the penguin, per Patrice O'Neal, what he was talking about. She's playing with you. Yeah, she'll let you feel or think that you got a chance and she's going to be there for a long time, but she's waiting. She's waiting for the guy who she really want to give her all to. You're just keeping her occupied because there's no such thing as a single woman. And you know what she's telling everybody else while you're hanging out with her? You know what she's telling her girlfriends? You know who she's telling the guys she's talking to on her DMs and on her social media? On her secret apps? Okay, she's telling them he's nothing but a friend. He's nothing but a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But he is just a friend. But he is just a friend. While you sitting there thinking you got a possible mate for your future, a possible companion for your future, and then sometimes you put your heart into it. And let's go back a few years, but let's just say this. Years ago, men didn't have the information that they had today. Men were deceived. Men were not so aware that other men were struggling and going through the same situation as they were, because the deception, or you say the devil, was in masses, okay, in a dress. But anyhow, men didn't know that. So he would put all his eggs in one basket. He'll think he really got something that's special. He would really love this girl and thus mingle with her for a little while, but never knew that she was going to have an hypergamous energy, or a hypergamous trigger that she's always ready to use whenever it suits her feelings. You got what I mean? So this is why I'm backing up what I just said, that most times men do and have loved, but they realized that their love isn't going to help them or get them anywhere, because they have loved and lost too many times. And the evidence of what we see today in your modern world. And if you really want even more evidence, women are the ones who initiate divorce way before men do. And it's not just because men are talking about he don't want to be fleeced, or he's worried about what's going to happen to divorce. No, usually when we set our feet in sand or in the ground or in soil, it's going to be there for a while, and we're going to be responsible for our actions. And we don't drive by feelings. We drive by action, because we're men. We fix things. We don't just let it lay broken. Do you understand? Men fix things. We fix the problem. We fix what's going on. We ask the questions, and we want to make sure that it's right or it's wrong. It can't be fixable before we walk away from it. So usually men are going to stay in the relationship or the marriage. It's when you use illogical emotions and feelings that causes it to collide, and you just make bad decisions. And usually it's the woman who's going to say, I want a divorce because I feel like he's not doing this. And you got like 100 million other women saying the same thing. Well, I divorced him because of this. 100 million excuses. So therefore, it gave men the initiative to say, well, I'd rather for her to respect me than love me, because respect means at least she's going to honor me. She's not going to stay because she loved me, because half of them don't know how to love. Oh, man. What did you just say? What you repeat yourself? What? Repeat what the you just said. Say it again. They don't know how to love because they weren't taught how to love, because survey says, drum roll please, because ever since they were a little girl, they've been given the world on a silver and a gold platter, never needed to be accountable, never to stand up for a responsibility, and never needed to be told no. So therefore, as she grows older, she still thinks and feels as if she is entitled to pretty much everything without working for it. So she never had to love. The only time when women learn how to love is when they have a child. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Oh, hell no, I didn't just say that. Oh, y'all flipping now. Y'all flipping. Morpheus, this is too much truth. I am just burning to death over here. How could you say? Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Okay, you want more evidence? Okay, I'll give you some more. I'll throw some more in your lap, okay? Things for you to think about. I don't have any dialogue up here to show you, but you know it in your own life. We just ignorant, and we want to diffuse truth because we can't face it, because we know it in our everyday. Some of your girlfriends, your homegirls, or some guys know some females already that they met when they was in high school or in college. And a lot of these girls, and some of you women, know women who was hot to trot. She was a 304. She'll run around town. She'll be smoking weed. She'll do her drugs. She'll be getting drunk. She'll wake up in places where she knows she ain't supposed to be. And she'll tell you, or you know a girl like this, or you's probably dating a girl like this. Okay, you men were dating girls like this. I don't support lesbianism. Anyhow. Oh, y'all really hate me now. Oh, man, that's it. Morphe's going to get a boot in the ass. No, but check this out. No, look, check this out. So what happens is she eventually have a child. What happens to a woman when she gets a child? Now, what happens to when she's 22, 23, 24 and she's immature? She'll want to dump her child at home with her mom to babysit her child while she goes back out to the streets. But if she's not that immature, having a child slows her down. Having a child makes her look at life differently. Having a child forces her to give concern back to someone else, whereas 99% of concern and love have been given to her just by being a woman. So therefore, by initiation and by nature itself, usually when she has a child, that's when she first begins to understand that giving back and loving is not so bad after all. And clinically studied and statistically, this is why in some immature relationship with a young couple, when a woman has a child, usually with the age of 1 and 2 years old, she's not with her boyfriend or her husband. Why? Why is it that they're always breaking up when the child so happened to be 2 years old or 3 years old, and you meet the girl, she still look like let me stop. I need to stop. You ask her, are you still pregnant? How could you? I had my child 2 years ago. Oh, I forgot. You skipped the treadmill. Oh man. Oh man. I can see the crucifix falling on me now. No, but that's serious. That's real talk. The reason why he's no longer there because she shifted her attention on the baby now. She didn't shift the attention on the boyfriend. She shifted it away from the boyfriend on to the child because it's a new thing, because she's learning how to give back now. She's learning how to love now. She's responsible for this innocent, fragile, defenseless human being. So now life becomes differently. So her attention, her intimacy, her motives, and her idea and her sense of importancy isn't going to be given to her boyfriend or her husband. It's given to her child. So guess what? The arguments begin. She'll give the child the bottle. She'll ramp up arguments and start screaming and yelling and acting like a buffoon or a hood booger. Yeah, I said it. Did I say hood booger? I said hood booger. Right? To her husband or her boyfriend because of her life changes. This is another key why it does you no good to be a blue pill beta. It does you no good to continue to give in to her 100% demands and everything that she want to do, and you're getting nothing, men. You're getting nothing in return. It does you no good because you're not doing anything but propping yourself up for failure. Oh, I'm gonna take her to expensive restaurants, man. Yeah, man, I brought her over last year, and yeah, man, we do all kind of things for Valentine's Day now, Galentine's Day. Boy, she's with me, boy. I'm balling, boy. You see this cute girl? Yeah, man, she's off the hook, man. I'm gonna do anything she need me to do, man. Yeah, man, that's my fiance. Well, happy wife, happy life, man. I'm gonna do it. If she said I'm gonna do it. Yeah, let her get pregnant. You're done. Let her get pregnant. I just don't feel like it tonight, baby. I just don't feel like it. No, you're gonna have to wait for a week. I just don't feel like it. I'm throwing up every now and then, lying ass. I just feel like throwing up. I don't want to have. You see, I got a baby. I gotta wake up in the middle of the night and keep changing the pamper. The baby keeps crying. I'm just so frustrated and tired nowadays. I just don't feel like spending time with you. You standing there sucking your thumb like, duh, what the hell did I just do? Oh, yeah, I told you. Yeah, you was a dummy. You need my hat? I'll send it to you. What's your email address? I mean, your address. Dumb, because y'all don't get the, see, let me tell y'all something. The problem is that, like the map says you are here. You never take the time to look at the map and say, I am here. Once you realize I am here, know who you are, know who she is, know where you are in the modern world, your answers are going to unfold. Everything I'm telling you is going to unfold. These are facts that is hard for people to comprehend because we're so stuck in the modern day where your face is always in Netflix. You got TV to watch. You're eating model sodium glutamates that's going to distort your instincts and your pineal gland. You're drinking bad food, You drinking bad food. You're drinking bad juices. You're not drinking water. You like your pops and your sugars. You're always in a rush. You're too busy about what's going on the internet. You're not focusing on yourself because you don't really care about yourself, but you overly indulge in yourself as a narcissistic when it's based on facts and reality. Because you want the world and you want the environment to bend to your will instead of facing it for what it is. Yeah, be concerned about yourself, but you overly concerned about yourself, thinking you're right when you're wrong. Instead of focusing on what it is, saying, well, my daddy said I have to have a child so I can go ahead and have a legacy and pass on my genes. Who said you had to? The universe never knocked on your door and said, you know what, sir, the survey said that you are chosen to pass on your dumb genes. So you are entitled to do so. No, you feel like it. Just like you want to be like a female. You feel like it. Nobody said you had to. It's not as if the world's going to end because you don't pass on a legacy. You feel like it, but yet you take the risk and you do it anyway with a female who never knew how to love to begin with. So you find out when you bent over the court bench. You find out when she break your heart. You find out when you realize she's been a social media model the whole time. You never knew about it. You'll find out when you start hearing the doctors say, well, this child really isn't yours. I checked the DNA and the results came back. It's not yours. Yeah, I'm dousing it like that because this happens every single day. And here's the key. Y'all want to know why? I'm telling you, because you don't know how to love. You don't know what love is. That's your problem. On one end, talking about I just want respect. And the girl saying, I just want the money. It's all required to get this car going. The basics. Now, let me go ahead and just it took me a long time to get to this point and jabbering off of so many other extended things. Check this out. With love comes everything else. Yeah, I said it. With love comes everything else. When I was a kid, I've noticed some of the things that my parents would do that was based on love, even if they didn't have to do it. There were even movies during I'm not that old. I'm just no, I'm not that old. Trust me, I'm not. Okay, I used to like watching older movies because my parents like watching older movies that were older movies to them. So I just ended up watching it. And I was amazed at the actors. I was amazed at some of the cartoons that it was always about giving unto someone else before you give to yourself. And the sacrifices that were made were logical and sensible because that person loved them. I watched a movie there was a movie where a brother and sister was walking in they was in a forest, like in a camp area. When they was walking, his sister slipped on some very muddy ground. And I think there was by a river or something like that. And she slipped right into the river, right? And she was getting ready to drown because she didn't know how to swim. And her brother jumped over there to grab her arm to pull her back up. He didn't know how to swim either. He didn't know how to swim, but he was trying to pull his sister up to keep her from dying. You got me? And so he ended up pulling her just enough to the surface. He started sliding down. He knew he was sliding, but he couldn't stop it. Well, he could stop himself, but he sacrificed himself to make sure that she wasn't going to drown. Listen carefully. In order to pick her out of the water, in order to save her, he had to slide down into the water. That's how muddy it was. He had to use his body weight to push her up while he's sliding down. So when it was all done and she was able to find some grip and ground and she's climbing out of the water, he was damn near drowning himself because he went to save her life with his life. Didn't care about himself. He wanted to make sure that she was alive and well. And before he was drowning, the sister couldn't pull him out. So she started screaming, help me, daddy, mommy, help me. Somebody help me. Here she is screaming at the top of her lung. It was good that the parents weren't far away.
The dad dropped his bag and his campy bag and everything, ran over there. Jim, what are you doing? Jim. And he ran down there, took his shirt off and ran in the water. Oh, boy, what are you doing? He went down there and saved him, right? What are y'all doing over here? And pulled him out. And the sister was just flabbergasted, face all pink and red and just hair all matted. Like, I can't believe what happened. And he can barely breathe at this point because water was getting in his lungs. So he had to stand there and he was coughing. He's like, oh my God. Oh my God, what are y'all doing out there? And I would never forget. This is what touched my heart. This is what touched Morpheus's heart. She asked him a question. She said, why did you do it? That was stupid. Of course, it was to save. It was to save her. Of course. I mean, that's an obvious thing. It was to save her. But she said, why did you do it? And slapped him on the arm. You could have drowned yourself. He said, sister, I love you. Because I love you. Let me say it again. Because I love you. Let me say that for you who's cold-hearted and your heart has waxed cold. Because I love you. That's why I did it. Because I love you. I put myself in jeopardy for you. I didn't give a damn about my safety. I didn't give a damn about if I don't surface from the water. As long as you are well and you are living, I am okay. I'm fine. I can go down in my watery grave as long as you are safe. I did my part. Some of you just don't get it because you don't have a heart. You don't even understand how that began or where it is because you should be, no, forget it. Fuck me. I'll just do it all by myself. I don't care about nobody else but myself, my money. I did with my own. It's because my success. I get my PhD and I just want her to respect me. That's it. One-sided. I want his success. I want his money. I want him to be able to provide for me and to open up the doors. I want him to be traditional. I want him to be able to give me all the things that I need, but I'm not going to give him anything in return. Be the very same women when her brother's drowning, when he's drowning and he's sliding down in the water. You think the hell she's going to run over there and pick? No, she's going to be like, help, somebody need help. I'm not going to try to pull him up and sacrifice myself and do the very necessity to support him to make sure that he's not drowning. I'm just going to worry about myself. You know how this is evident in your life? You know how this is evident? Your courtroom, child support, your broken heart, your damnable systems where y'all don't know how to get along with each other because y'all always out to get something for the person instead of supporting them. You can get all the respect that you want to, or you think is going to be as good as you think it is, like a brass spoon or a golden spoon. It's still not the full ingredients of the pie. It's still going to fall flat in the baking oven. When you're making a pie, you need every ingredient possible. If not, it's going to flatten out. But you know why we accept it? You want to know why we live in such a dry time? It's because we don't have a heart. It's because we'll say, oh, love don't mean anything. Okay, just I tell you what. Just be happy to be the zombie that you are then. Live a plutonic, empty, dry, senseless life and go ahead and just be exactly like everybody else. But yet you think that you think you're unique. You're not, because everybody's thinking the way you do. 80% of the women, whenever there's an interview with a female, she's always, well, he got to make a certain amount of money. I want him to make this amount of money because I want to have a very comfortable lifestyle and I don't want to have to work for the rest of my life. Only the very few women would say, well, I don't mind working. I don't mind doing what I can to apply to the relationship. But usually in return, you still need to be be aware and have your flags up on that one, because sometimes the reason why they're working is because they want to have a sense of independence and they don't know how to be collaborative or cooperative in a relationship because she's used to have a power of her own, having her own place, having her own apartment, living her own lifestyle. So when you try to come together and collaborate or integrate all your resources and possibilities, okay, she's pretty much going to try to take control. Or she's going to be she's not going to be compatible for you. She's going to argue with you every day. She's going to be hard-headed. She's going to be stubborn and unsubmissive. Because you know what she's going to say? I can do bad all by myself. I've been doing this before I met you, so kick rocks. Submissiveness is the rarest thing we have because we don't love each other. What was that brother? Was he submissive or was he selfish? Was he a narcissist at that time, or was he somebody who sprang into action for selfish reasons? Said, well, I'm not going to jump in the water. I'm a professor. I got a master's degree. I'm a PhD. I'm not going to get my pants dirty. I'm just going to sit here and yell for help instead of trying to do something about it. No matter how ugly things get, no matter how confusing the world becomes, love is still required. No matter how much a machine and transhumanist that you are, love is still required. No matter how much respect you think that's the only thing that's valuable in the relationship, love is still required. No matter how much of a billionaire and successful that you think you are, when you engage in a relationship, if you have a mother, if you have a child, if you have a father, if you have a self, love is still required. If not, get the hell out. Let me ask you a question. Why the hell are you here? I'm going to tell you exactly what this one thing that I hate. Yeah, I'm using the word hate on this one. I hate a coward, and I hate a person who is scared of facing reality. Reality is the point that you know full well, you and I know when it comes to love. There's lots of plenty of other things. Yeah, I have my fears too. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm not. There are some things that make me stand back. But like, you want me to do that? Oh, maybe I can't do that. No, maybe another day. No, forget it. Morpheus ain't doing that. But what is the challenge here is this thing called love, because we all know that love have demolished, love have killed, love have assassinated, love have been one of the number one terminators of all time in human history, whether up front or behind the scene. Because it's not just an emotion, it's an energy that causes the person to go out of control. And so now we're in a modern day civilization. We're not civilized. Let me take that back. No. Let me scratch that. In the modern day robotic transhumans that we are afraid of being natural. So we want to pick and choose what's best in a relationship. You want to drive down a car. You want to drive down the street in a car without a body. That's what you want to do. You want to go back to the steam engines and drive without a window. That's what you want to do. You want to go down the street without a body frame on the car and just sit on the car like what do you call those? It's almost like a trike where you're just sitting on the frame of the car. The engine's out. You ain't got a body. Right? You can just fly out the seat anytime you want to. Almost looking like a buggy with just like bare rails. And you think you're going to be all right. And then you want to, this is the trick. And then you automatically think in your educated mind that this relationship that do not have the proper safety or components that you need to survive is going to do well in all 4 seasons of your life. Get your pumpkin out of here. Now bleep that out. Get your funny pumpkin self out of here talking that dumb. Just be real with yourself. No, the fact is you're a coward. You're scared. Yeah, I said it. You're scared. Because whether you like it or not, she's still going to love you to a degree. Whether you like it or not, you're still going to love her to a degree or to a percentage. Just want to lie to everybody. Go ahead and stick your chest out and be honest. Even I can say that I would love in the proper conditions, and I do care and I do love. It's just that we don't want to face the pains that love can bring. We don't want to compromise ourselves because we're scared of getting our heart broken. We're scared of being deceived. We're scared of feeling that hurtful, painful sting that we have in between our chest. That's what it is. And we want to mold it over in deception and make everybody think that we're just a robotic machine. Just give me respect. That's all I love. That's all I want. Okay, go ahead, machine. You got your free will and your choice to feel or not to feel. But smart people, Neos, Morpheuses, and the whole world is not stupid. They know full well you're damn lying to yourself. Because you got to have some type of concern or love somewhere. If not, why do you care about yourself if you don't know what it is? Go ahead and just sit on the hot stove without any underwears or no pants on. Let me see how much you love yourself. That's how real it is. Yeah, I use that example. Why? Because you care about yourself not to do that, because you're going to find yourself in the hospital and they're going to have to do some surgery on your skin. A very terrible sight. So if you care about yourself enough not to hurt yourself, you know what it will feel like when you are giving concern and compassion towards someone else and it's being returned. There's nothing better. There is better things, but it's a great feeling and nothing better in a relationship to have a reciprocation of compassion and love by somebody who you can love and have compassion towards. And because that connection is so powerful, because that connection have allowed grandmas, grandfathers, and ancestors and those before our dumb time to exist, okay, we just don't comprehend it. We don't want to accept that reality because we want to modify our life. We want to modify our life to suit our newfound sense of liberation that's not even based on facts and truth. It's based on survival. Yeah, did you hear what I just said? Or do I have to repeat myself? Do I have to repeat myself? We are modifying the narrative of nature to suit our human sense of survival. We want to survive. We don't want to live. Women who's talking about, well, I want to be successful. I want to have a certain amount of money because I want to live a very comfortable plus lifestyle. I don't give a damn about what I'm giving. I just want to be concerned about what he's giving. He can accept me at 250 pounds. He can accept me with 5 or 6 kids later. He can accept me when I ignored him when I was 23 years old with pom-poms. Now that I'm 42 years old with baggage all around my body and underneath my eyes. I just want him because I want to, but what? Survive. Same as him. Well, I just want her to respect me. You know, forget about the love. If she respect me, I'm good. She's just going to respect me because she respect me. She's going to be there. No, sir. Sir, when a woman loves a man, I'm not even going to get there. Listen, that's going to be one of my next audios. So don't y'all even steal it. That lets me know you don't even know a woman. And a lot of y'all like to preach and lecture and try to say, well, a woman can love you and still cheat on you. And, you know, there's been plenty of women that no. Then you truly have met the wrong type of women. I've been around and I know women thoroughly. And you do have your variances where, no, listen, if she can do that, if she can be dishonorable to you and cheat on you and do wrong, she never loved you. You understand? She don't love you. She used you. You was just the dummy who couldn't see it. Because when a woman truly loves a man, she will jump into fire to save his ass. Do you understand? She will give you her pocketbook and not even think twice about it. She'll be, oh, baby, okay, I'm here. I got it. What you want? I've seen a woman. A girl who I could never understand. She had a guy who cheated on her 2 or 3 different times and got somebody else pregnant. Now, yeah, you can call her a dummy. She was a dummy. She shouldn't have did this. We're not going to play marriage counseling or dating coach in this one. Okay, no, let's just talk about love and compassion. And I know her personally, so she never did anything on him. She was always loyal. She did what she was supposed to do. She'd come home. She minded her own business. She had fun, but she'd come home. She'd call him. She was dutiful. She was very patient, and she was loyal, and she respected him. But what really got my attention is when she was getting her counseling, and we were keeping her away from him, saying, you don't need to be with this guy because he's really doing bad. And he was the bad guy. Of course, we know about that because he gets into her subconsciousness and all that. But he wasn't 6 feet tall. He wasn't anybody special. But she kept explaining. Her only excuse was, I can't get away from this guy because I love him. I love him. I love him. I don't. Yes, he's hurting me. I don't like that he cheated on me. I don't like that he went. But I love him. And of course, we can get into the science. We already know as men that a lot of times women who don't have a father, but she had a father, okay, and it was a very ugly situation. And we can still dissect this, but that's not required here. What I'm telling you is when a woman loves someone, there's no need for you to be worrying about what she's going to do to you. You're coming across women in the majority. I'm not saying that we don't deal with that. If that's the case, we wouldn't have a thing called MGTOW or red pill. But it's necessary because we've been finagled, and we needed to find out that 70% of them don't know how to love. Oh, man, that just hurts. That didn't feel good. I know somebody didn't take that well, but it's true. We found out that men have been disenfranchised and bamboozled because we were deceived, because they came to you with this thing called, I love you. Don't you understand that when you filter women out, you'll realize it's only a very few who truly do know how to love and respect you. Do you understand? That love and respect shows through their activity, not through their words. It shows how they dress. It shows how diligent they are. And it shows even on their social contacts. She's not going to need a Facebook type of sneaky lifestyle and Instagram and let me strip myself and do. No, she is only for you. She's tailored for you, but it's the very few of them. If you properly filter them out, if you properly have standards. Therefore, you'll begin to realize in your personal world that all of them isn't based on love. The 70% of them are using love as an excuse. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's it. Bingo. There's Tito. Tito. There we go. Y'all see the red pill? Uh-oh. Do y'all, Neo, are you seeing that thing over there in the distance? Do you see that? You see that machine? You see what I'm pointing at right now? Do you see that? Do you see it now? Listen, the majority of them are using love as a trap. Love bombing. Do you see that? And you begin to be weak. You begin to have fear. You begin to become a little boy because you allow yourself to be deceived to say there's no such thing as love and I don't care about love, because all these minions, okay, it's like chess. When you want to defeat your enemy, when you want to get the king, what do? Sometimes you got to surround them with pawns, bishops, rooks, and knights. That's what they are doing. You got 70 and more percentage of women who will say, yes, I want love and I want him to be gentle. I want him to be kind. I want to be a provider and protector. Yeah. And in return, I will love him so much. But to her, she don't even know how to spell the word love. She haven't had any role models who presented love. She never seen movies like what I just got to telling you about the brother sacrificing his life to save his sister. She don't know anything about that. She's been given the silver spoon her whole life. Nobody taught her what love is. You have to present it with your own activities and your own life somewhere along the line. But unfortunately, in a society who is transhumans, who are backwards walking, who's lazy, who accepts negativity because they're negative instead of trying to produce positive. Okay. You've been bamboozled with the false sense of love. So therefore, you're easily persuaded to think that love is insignificant. No, idiot. No, no, okay. If somebody tells you, oh, I am what do you call that? I'm a millionaire. Okay. If somebody said that just for the heck of it, and the majority of them keep coming to you and you realize they're not a millionaire, 75% of them keep doing it. I'm a millionaire. Oh yeah, please. Eventually, when the 1000th person come to you and say, I'm a millionaire, you're going to be like, oh, please. Yeah, I heard it 1,000 times before. Does that sound familiar? Just like saying, oh, I love you. Oh, I heard that before. Yeah, my boyfriend said that. My girlfriend said that. Yeah, she said that, but she didn't. You're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to block it off. You're going to say, yeah, that don't exist. Please just give me something else, because I've been seeing and I've witnessed plenty of people like you who have lied to me. So there's no such thing as a millionaire. You don't exist. I don't need it anymore because it's been false advertised. It's been presented wrong. You got me? But you, on the other hand, don't realize, because it's so special, it's rare. Because there's only so many millionaires, it's rare. Because there's so many of a unique thing, because it's special, because it's ordered by the universe, because it is the way that it's supposed to be, almost like the last Mohicans. You're not going to find it in every place and all the time. There's not going to be too many unique people, but it exists and it's still valuable. Just because it's in a minimum of your group, just because it's in a small percentage, don't make it insignificant to relationships. Why do you think we're at a time where we can't get into a decent relationship? Because the truth is, it is valuable. It's just not spread enough because we are in a heartless, cold time. Oftentimes, we're just angry because we want to manipulate our situation to change our reality, because we really want it. We just don't want to get it the way that it gives itself to us, through pain, through sacrifice, through sorrow, and playing Russian roulette. That's what it is. And we can't modify it accordingly. So what you do is you throw the entire baby and the bathwater straight out of the window, instead of manning up and saying, well, yeah, respect is great and it is important. It is one of the number one things, but I got to have all of it in one. Never separate and say, well, forget about love. Love don't mean anything. I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm a man. Give me some respect. Let me beat on my chest like a gorilla. Just give me some respect. Oh, okay. You let me know how that goes. You let me know how that goes. Go ahead and get in that relationship and stop. First of all, stop watching your movies and get your face out of Netflix and face reality. Go ahead and jump in that car without windows, without a roof, without any side mirrors, without any sort of protection or metal to protect you. And let me see if you're going to survive through all the 4 seasons of your life. You're not going to. That respect is not going to keep that kingdom going. It's not going to. Stop watching fantasy and face reality like a man. Everything is needed and it's required in order to survive this cursive, broken life that we live in the West. That's the problem with y'all people. You always trying to say, well, just bring when I go out to the army, all I want is the shield for my head. I don't need a shield for my body. And you still find yourself in a crippling situation. You need to put on your whole armor, protect yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your shoes. You need to keep your head straight at all times. Don't sit up there and throw everything out. Oh, well, we can't trust people who say they love you. They don't know what love is. There's no such thing as love because love comes with a condition. So what, boy? Yeah, I said it. Of course love comes with a condition. What the hell you think? Life is a gamble. It's a sacrifice sometimes. Man up and deal with it. Talking that stupid dog crap over here. Well, I just don't worry about love because it comes with conditions, so it's not important. The hell's wrong with you? You need everything that life has to offer. You need what relationship is going to entail. Even if you start off with an arrangement where you just meet this girl and she say, I respect you. I care about you, but I respect you. Yeah, you got money. I'll go ahead and be your side mistress. I'll go ahead and be there for whatever you want me to do. Okay, I'll lay down on your back. You forgetting she is a woman and she is going to have feelings and she's going to be attached one way or the other. And if you are any sort of a human being, and if you are alive and you have a heart somewhere, you will or should have some type of feelings for her as well. It's just in a small percentage. I told you this before. It's a level of how much, but it's still there. Let me say that again for some of you who are stuck with something. Let me stop. Because I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go in. Let me stop myself. Morpheus, slow down. Morpheus, slow down. Slow down, horse. Whoa, 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 horsey. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Oftentimes, we make a mistake of being too far into the modern day thought of survival. We are always on survival mode and protecting ourselves and protecting our heart and worrying about our finances because that's the way the modern day have been built up to be. That's the way that the environment have engineered us to be. It has engineered us to have a separate mind. It have engineered us to manipulate reality to suit our failing selves. Yeah, I said it. We have been taught to manipulate reality, not only just to see tomorrow, but to feel comfortable in an unnatural world. Oh, yeah, y'all don't like that. It's unnatural. It's not good. It's not right. It's not functional. So what we do is we mix and match the words. We mix and match our ideas. We mix and match what we think will be the best thing to go ahead or to survive ahead, instead of accepting the fact that just saying it's just not available. We're at a time where people just don't know how to love and sacrifice. We're at a time where people are so concerned about themselves. Be done with it. Don't say, well, I just want this part. No, I want it all. I want the love. I want the respect. I want the compassion. I want the sex. I want the sweat. I want the suffering. I want the ideas. I want the companionship. I want the energy. I want the warmth. And I want the challenges that life have to offer, because challenges test your willpower and your validity and your resistance and resilience. That's what it means to be a man. That's what it means to stand on top. And I'm not going to be complaining about it either, because either it works or it don't work. But the more compatible this person is for you, it's going to be even better functional. There won't be a lot of struggle and stress. It'll work out quite well, because what wheels isn't going to be functional for the car when the car is made for the wheels? So go shut your mouth and go back to first grade and act like you got some damn sense and learn something. Love still exists. We just don't want it to because we scared of it. But act like you got some sense and start facing reality for what it is.